How's it going, TV? It's your boy ZT here, and welcome back to another Eversoul video. But in this video, it's not going to be doing any summons. I'm going to going over the patch notes for the upcoming update that's going to be happening on February 2nd. And I know it was a few days late on this, but I'm also going to briefly go over the dev notes that was available on the 27th. So, I mean, I've already technically seen them, but I figured I want to go ahead and go over it in the video. I figured just go ahead and do two in one rather than making two separate videos. But so let's go ahead and get into it. And funny enough, this is happening on the same that update's happening on the same day as Alice is dropping on Tower Fantasy, so this is gonna be tricky. So I'm gonna go through the patch notes first, then we're gonna go over the dev notes. Hello Saviors, we're excited to bring you another soul in a cool event with the February 2nd maintenance. We'll also add more information to disclose upcoming content and events planned for later in February as well towards the actual maintenance date, so be sure to check back into the patch notes after it's updated. Okay, so this was posted this was tweeted out on their official Twitter 11 hours ago by the time of this recording. So I will check this a little bit close. I'll check this probably tomorrow before it takes over to the second and see if there's anything newly added, but I doubt it. If there is, I'll put up a pinned comment. So we got a new song. We got the Undead Warrior from the Troika Kingdom, Velanna, and she enjoys solitude tending to her rose garden, and she uses the artifact Claret. Velanna is available from February 2nd and after maintenance, and you can obtain her through any soul summoning methods, including normal summon, friendship summon, choice summon, soul memory, epic, and pickup summons. So you don't have to go on her her actual banner. You can get her through any means. Does this actually mean that she gets in the general pool after her banner release, or is it just during her banner's release? I mean, I'll be doing some general pulls anyway, like as I get the tickets, so more like that part, I might pull it, who knows. Alright, her ultimate is Ball of Blood and Snake. She goes into a frenzy, dealing damage to all enemies and opens up their wounds, which cannot be cured. Interesting, because I know there's a few healers in the end that give you that are able to remove debuffs. I'm assuming this is kind of a debuff, but it can't be cleansed. That's what I'm understanding. So that's going to be interesting. The undead team, I don't run undead right now. I'm running a human-like and I'm kind of working on a beast as well. So I don't know too much about the undead archetype. So for those of you who do run undead, you can let me know if that's actually a good thing or not. Her main skill is Wild Dance, slashes out the nearest enemy and then moves forward in a range of 5 meters length and at a 180 degree angle. This deals additional damage to bleeding targets. Okay, so her whole thing is causing bleed. And 180, which means it'll be a cone shape, area in front of her, I would assume. But if she moves forward, that's concerning. Mainly because depending on what content you're doing, if you have your units end up rushing in, they can end up getting swarmed by the enemy. I run Lindsay a lot, and she is strong. Don't get me wrong, but there are times where she rushes in and gets torn apart because she gets surrounded by 2 or 3 enemies, and it makes it difficult. Because you can't control where they go, you can only control their skills and when the ultimate drops. So hopefully that won't be too much of a problem, but I assume that the undead has some sort of sustain or control to where that won't be as big of an issue. Again, I'm not so sure. I need to actually build an undead team to understand a bit more what the team can do. One of her first sub skills is Soaring Hatred. Summons a sword that pierces the ground, dealing damage in a 2.5 meter radius and makes the target bleeds. Okay, so that's one of the bleeding target. That's her sub skill. That main sub skill is going to give inflicting bleed. And her other sub is Swirling Frenzy, which summons a sword that deals damage at a 2.5. Wait, what? Oh, and deals additional damage to the. Okay, so it's basically similar range to the other subs to her Soaring Hatred, but it does more damage if they bleed. So basically, I'm assuming if they program it right, or at least I know they have adjusted some units to where they weren't prioritizing the right skills. If she prioritizes her Soaring Hatred, which I would assume she would be, then she can follow up with Swirling Frenzy or Wild Dance, like her mana skill Wild Dance when it's available, and be able to do some pretty nice damage. I don't know. This is just theoretical, obviously. And her passive is Thieving Obsession, where her sword, Velanna's sword seeks enemies' blood. All of her attacks are dealt as critical hits against bleeding enemies, and her life still increases. So if she gets off her Soaring Hatred, she's gonna crit, which is crazy. So the more crit damage you can get of her is great. I'm assuming, considering, I'm curious what her base crit rate is. I'm curious about that. I'm gonna look on a monitor real quick and see if we have any information on her stats, perchance. I'd be surprised. Let me see if there's we got any idea what her an idea here. She's damage over time, which is fair. Um, oh, okay. I'll look. I want to see that mentioned here. Let's see. Details of the skill specs, such as percentage and their duration, can be found in game. Skill specs may change through a future skill balance patch. Anusa, who likes everything fluffy and light like the clouds, Honglin is coming up. Honglin will be available from February 16th, and more information on Honglin will be announced later near her release. Please stay tuned. Oh, okay. So, we know Jiho leaves. Actually, let me check. Let me go to the game. Well, let me switch to the game real quick. And I was doing something. Let me just turn it down. It's a little loud. If I look real quick, let's go to summon here. Jiho leaves. If memory serves, Jiho leaves on. Game's lagging. Give me a second. It's been a little stuttery on my end. Okay, so yeah, she leaves in a day and 15 hours, meaning she will leave as Velanna drops. Okay. And I'm assuming I'll within 8 days from now. Let's put you. Something. So you live in the 8th, so Velanna will be the only available unit for 8 days after Talia leaves, unless they drop up someone else, but it doesn't. There's no information on anyone else, so it'll be Velanna then Hogland. Okay, so let me go back to this, and let me go ahead and get the game time. Should be okay. She'll be available from February 2nd to February 15th. Okay, so Velanna will be leaving as Honglan is going to be made available, which is interesting. They have been doing because I know they had Mephi, which I'm going to just Mephistopheles, and I'm just going to call her Mephi because that's so much easier to say. And then she was by herself. Chihio dropped, which kind of ran as a double banner. Mephi left, and then Talia dropped. Like they dropped her banner. So, and now Gio's going to leave, and then Velanna's going to be up alongside Talia. But then when Talia leaves, Velanna will be on her own and up until the point where Honglu will be dropping on the 16th, and then basically release around the same on the time that Velanna ends. So we know of a lot. I want to speculate real quick. We've had Mephi, which is a human-like. Gio is also human-like, and Talia, I believe, if my memory is correct, she is. Right, look. I'm just gonna look up the game real quick. She is a fairy. So we got we got Velanna, who is undead. So unless they back to back undead, honestly, Hongland, do we have any information on Hongland? I'd be very surprised. Check just in case. Do we have any details at all? No. Okay, figured as much. If that's the case, and if we're going based on just what we have, like the available factions we got here, honestly, I could see Hungly being a beast if they don't want to run double undead back to back or run a different unit another faction. So I can see it being a beast. It'll be interesting. I'm not sure. This is only speculation, obviously. Content: Battlefront Area 16 Ghost City Martyrs will be added. Okay, which is I'm only at chapter 8, so this is gonna be a while before I get there. But hey, those of you who are up there at chapter 15, each definitely more content. Good luck to you. And with the first ever large-scale gate incident happened. It is now called the Lost Lands. All souls that lived here are said to have evacuated, but there are also souls that failed to evacuate and were dragged into the gate. What could have happened to them? Ghost City Mortars is available from February 2nd, obviously after the maintenance. About from Area 16, Geo, Velanna, Hunglin will appear as the bosses of the boss stages. Okay, so we get an early look at Hunglin as a character. I don't think that, I mean, I don't know if, actually, I never tried. Can we even look at the enemy stats when, I'll have to check that out off screen and see if we can do that. This might be interesting. I might be able to get some information about Hunglin early. I'm not sure though. This is the shop. It's packed. I'm free to play on the game, so we got let's see. So I'm just gonna kind of skim past this. I mean, I'm gonna go pretty slow. So if I just want to look at it, read it, but feel free to do so. I'm not spending any money on it, so I enjoyed the game, but I'm not gonna spend. I cannot do that, not right now. All right, revisions. We have the issue of the default UI showing when opening up recommended tasks. Now we note after having completed all recommended tasks will be fixed. The text issue of the town shop tooltip for the fairy pond incorrectly showing it as generating additional mana dust when in fact it generates additional mana crystals will be fixed. That's good. Text issue with level sync cooldown shows 24 hours instead of 4 hours will be fixed. Please note that the cooldown has been 4 hours since the January 19th patch. I haven't noticed this, but I haven't been really. I've reset it a couple of times when I need to change my units out, but I haven't noticed it all too often. But it might be there, I just haven't realized it. And the last thing is a text issue of Mika and Siha passive skill showing defense instead of physical magical resistance during battle status screen. Okay, so a few bug fixes. That's kind of good. Let's go ahead and quickly skim over the dev notes real quick. This won't take too long. Hello, saviors. This is Kim Xiaohui. Excuse me, the chief producer of Eversoul. We're grateful for all the saviors out there enjoying Eversoul despite bugs and inconveniences. After the February 2nd maintenance with Velanna release and more, we are planning to on Valentine's Day, the Valentine's update on February 9th, which will include a lot of bug fixes and revisions. Okay, so we have the initial patch that drops Velanna on the 2nd, and then a bug fix patch coming up on the 9th. Okay, that's good. Introduce you here all the upcoming fixes and revisions planned with the February 9th update. Oh lord, okay, I got major bug fixes and mind fixes. Jesus. Oh, good lord. Okay, I just got an idea what we got here. Okay. Major bugs fixes. We'll go. Issue of not being able to perform part-time jobs with certain souls will be fixed. I have noticed that there would be times where I would have souls available to use, but they wouldn't be allowed. So I'm hoping that gets fixed and I'll be able to use them. The issue of being unable to check a friend's profile will be fixed. I haven't ran into this, but I'm assuming obviously it's a problem. So. Issue with in-app purchase items not being distributed to your mailbox if your game was closed during the purchase and the cash shop will be fixed. Okay, so I'm assuming if the game crashed and you bought something and you didn't get it, I'm assuming it's obviously gonna get fixed. I hope you get that. You got the items. If not, I'm probably assuming compensation will come to you at some point. I don't know. The issue of the connection time of guild members and friends not integrating correctly will be fixed. Okay, so I have noticed some people having some connection problems. Hopefully that's what's gonna fix that. I don't know. The issue of not being able to give rest to common souls will be fixed. I don't use many common souls in my town, but I do use a couple, and I don't remember if I noticed that issue, but I might have. The internet error that prevented progress during Hall of Memories Crystal Cave will be fixed. I haven't run into that, but I've only done Hall of Memories like twice now, so. The infamous issue where a love story did not progress after it was interrupted, then stopped, will be fixed. Haven't run into this either. The issue where you could sometimes skip over platforms when charging in Dimensional Labyrinth will be fixed. Haven't managed to do that. I'm not gonna try because I already did my Dimensional Labyrinth. It'll be available in a couple of days, so by the time I'm able to do it again, it'll be fixed. The issue you could go out of the restricted area in town. Private island will be fixed. Any buildings that were constructed in the restricted areas will be automatically withdrawn. I know. What is it? I know. I just blanked super hard. 2 seconds here. No, I just remembered I saw you guys doing this. Well, I know Vulcan mentioned he was dealing with that. He dealt with that issue, so that's good. It's getting fixed. But if that does happen to you before this patch does go live, there is a teleport button. Go ahead and use that. That'll save you. But they'll be fixed after the maintenance on the 2nd. Let's see where is it. Intermittent issue of the town tutorial not proceeding normally will be fixed. I'm already past tutorial, but those of you who are starting the game, that should hopefully should help you out. The intermittent issue of the HP info being reset in Dimensional Labyrinth will be fixed. I haven't ran into that. And I did Dimensional Labyrinth earlier. If that would happen, I would have been annoyed. But I see, was my last run kind of like that? Where it was, I don't know. It's some of these issues I haven't noticed, but I have noticed at the same time. It's like you gotta think. I played. I play this. I played other games, so well, I'm probably forgetting details that I should not honestly. Excuse me. Let's see. The issue of the keywords that could not be gained due to network connection and other errors will be fixed so that any missing keywords will be obtainable upon reconnecting to the game. I I haven't had any connection issues as far as that kind of errors, not to my knowledge. The issue of the number 7 ticket not being rewarded for viewing bad and normal endings of love stories will be fixed. Undistributed number tickets will be sent out separately. I haven't even gotten to the point where I get a bad slash normal ending anyway. Actually, no. I assumed. No, I haven't had any issue with that yet. No. The issue with the ultimate skills could not be performed when using a skip in battles of Dimensional Labyrinth and Hall members will be fixed. Haven't tried skipping in those modes. I'm assuming that's a problem. I mean, obviously it's getting fixed, but I'm not sure how big of a problem that is because I haven't personally ran into it, nor have I tried skipping in those modes. I try to focus my attention on them, so I make sure I do try to keep my characters alive as healthy as possible. So, I'm talking more than I intended. Minor bug revisions, the issue where the game progress was not being calculated correctly when resetting the difficulty of hall members will be fixed. It says resetting the difficulty, but I haven't figured out how to do that. I'm gonna have to look into it again because I know, like, not today, but a couple days ago when I tried it, I attempted to do heroic just to see how high a scale it was. I got destroyed. I was hoping I could reset it, but I guess because I was midway through and I couldn't do it. So the issue of the setting account tab not being displayed after downloading all voices will be fixed. Okay. Issue where subtitles will disappear too quickly when progressing to the story without voice data will be fixed. I haven't dealt with that because I usually you have a voice, but that's great. Issue where you could not start sharing your friend's town will be fixed. I haven't tried to do that, but that's good. Shopping NPC script always displayed wrongfully when entering township after having visited a friend's town will be fixed. Okay. Issue where the tree with a bird cage would appear transparent when spinning it would be fixed. I don't have that, so okay. Issue with the notification of icon appear still being displayed even after having cleared all dual gate upon changing devices will be fixed. I don't change. I play on loose decks, don't change devices, so but that's good. Issue where opening a love story of a soul and resting would release soul from the resting slot will be fixed. Haven't ran into that. That's good, because when you do a lot of part-time jobs in your town, with like I do, you need them to rest. I still have three souls right now that need to rest, and I can't rest them because I don't have the slots open because I need to get my level up. I'm like midway, almost to level 8 right now. Issue of touch action on souls not working. If your graphic option was set to low, will be fixed. I am on medium to high, so that's not really affecting me, but understandable. Intermittent issues with the soul repeatedly performing attack motion in town will be fixed. I've noticed that a couple of times. It hasn't really bothered me, but I'm glad it's getting fixed regardless. Issue main image frame not being displayed in the arena. Rankings window will be fixed. Haven't noticed it, but okay. The intimate issue of the guild members exceed the guild member limit will be fixed. I'm not a part of a guild. As far as I'm aware, it's not really worth it. So, but good to see that getting fixed. They need to up the limit though, because I have been hearing the limit for your guilds is very small. So I think that needs to be improved. From what I've been hearing. Issue of not being able to cancel a part-time job while progressing a character's love story through other characters will be fixed. Haven't tried to do that. That's good. Issue of the small general story effect not working properly in certain app players will be fixed. Issue where artifacts of all grades are displaying max level at level 15 in the wish list, in the artifact summons, and also in the artifact tooltip when the soul is equipped will be fixed. Okay. The issues with starting with the lost and found quest in the middle of outing progress would prevent gifting outing from being progressible but fixed. Haven't ran into. I don't think I've done that quest. I don't think. The issue if you move it will be restricted in empty spaces near an arch object after an arch object has been placed will be fixed. Haven't placed any arches yet, but fair enough. Um, in place no other bugs will be added near the actual maintenance. So closer to the lines, I'll double check this if there's anything new. Um, Next up, we have quality of life changes to improve your gameplay experience. We have listening to your feedback and trying to our best to implement as much valuable feedback as possible. All right, let's look at this. You will be able to retry your battle from the pause mode and screen based battle. Great, because there are times where I notice I'm getting low. I know I can win it, and I have to restart after I die, and I hate it. The part where the main character was being praised, accessory in main story chapter 1 and 2 will be removed. I didn't. It happened. I didn't even notice it, but I'm waiting for chapter 5. I think the story is really good. Max skill member count will be updated I literally mentioned about I needed to do this and it's right here. Okay, great. As is, it's depending on the guild level, it's 5, 10, 50, 5, 10, 50, okay, and it's basically getting up to, oh, okay, it's good, a decent increase, it's good. Now, keepsake of the same type or high grade will not be included in the autofill when trying to enhance the keepsakes. You can manually select them if you wish to. Okay, that's good. So you won't, like, if you're trying to upgrade a purple, you won't automatically put purple, blue, so, like, I assume blue would still be selected. I don't know. Depends on if they qualify blue as higher grade. Green and gray, I would assume still. The area which the arch fence and the arch would be collide will be fixed, so you place them in front of the castle gate now. Okay. The filter order system will be changed, so level 2 or above. So it's level 2 or above. 5 levels. Okay. Okay, so just adjusting the filter system, which is good. The cushion restriction area will be reduced in the castle, well, to make it easier to place objects. Okay, so I noticed like a 4 square outwards this area you can't use, so I'm assuming that will let you push it back, give you a little bit more area. That'd be great. Players must play with Backs Up Friends list will not be displayed and recommended. Haven't ran into this, but cool. You will not be able to see all 5 souls at once without scrolling in the stat. Oh, you will now be able to see all 5 souls at once without scrolling in the stats window of the battle result screen. I don't really look at the results, but fair enough. Text bubbles will now appear when touching the material slot to inform you of which soul is needed as the consumption material in the soul send screen. Okay. It will be revised so that you can give rest souls that are not available as an entry. Thank you. I really could use that. Touching the Zodiac Point icon will now bring up information about the Zodiac points on the Zodiac screen. Players who visit a town via expedition will now be displayed and filtered in the visit town list. The number of expeditions that came to my town will be displayed in the visit town list. Okay. This is a lot. Even when pressing the skip in summons, the summon animation of the soul that is being newly obtained will be displayed. Okay, so basically, let's say you get a epic and you don't like you skip it, you don't see the upper flash, but you assume it's not gonna be a fake out, something like that, and it's a new epic hero for you. It'll show you the animation anyway, which is good. I've noticed sometimes that does still happen, so I guess it's kind of iffy. Confirmation notification will pop up when you select Soul Epic Grade from birth as the consumed material and ascension step when Soul is of the same type as needed for ascension. Okay. Basically making sure you want to do it. You will now be able to check the artifact skill and artifact equip skill screen and wish list. Great, so actually you can learn about what the artifact does before you actually pick it up. I already have all the currently available artifacts that are available from all the characters, aside from Velanna, who's not out yet. I'll be getting hers when it's available. The issue with the progress of development of the town object and event shop could not be checked instantly when resolved. Okay, good. The attack animation in town will be made much faster and hitting effect will be improved. Good, because I noticed it's kind of slow and I kind of get stun locked a little bit here and there, so that's good. The wishes under artifact zone screen will be revised to show souls that I have attained and did not obtain. Okay, cool. You will be able to choose whether to show soul stats with the artifact on or off in Soulpedia. Also, buffs from Zodiac, Soul Link, and town buildings will not be applied to Soulpedia. Okay. Additionally, there will be revisions and improvements to be provided, and we will apologize for not being able to implement more reliable feedback. Although not included in this update, we are currently preparing face modeling improvements for the souls that were created early in development, such as Mephi, Rose, Close. I assume that is misspelled. Hold on. I'm checking this because I feel like that was a mistake. So yeah, it's supposed to be Chloe. They just typed as typo. Lindsay and Yuria. Drastic changes to their parents would not be possible because they have already had fixed appearances, but we're planning to improve individuals to meet similar levels with souls that were designed later in development. Related announcements will be shared later. In addition, the undisclosed costumes that were leaked are in the development and are not in their final version. The final version of their costumes will be revealed later with the development story. So please keep this in mind. We thank you for your patience and encouragement, and this allows us to continue development and with open hearts and ears. Details on the February 2nd and 9th meetings will be announced in the relevant patch notes. Stay tuned. We just read over the patch notes for it's coming up on the 2nd, so there's that. Now, the one big thing I wanted to go ahead and go over, I'm going to pull this over here and then swap over to it. Go to OBS for a second. This is going a bit longer than, oh, actually, no, I just pulled over. That's good. Worked out for it. Now, this is on Project.gg. I don't know how accurate this is, but this is the artifact from what it seems for Velanna. It wasn't mentioned in the patch notes, so keep in mind that this information here may not be valid. But since I think it was, where was it at? It was, where's it at? Her passive basically increase all of attacks do critical hits against bleeding enemies. Since she increases her crit with her passive, if this up, I'm assuming it's gonna be crit damage no matter what. But the values may not be the same. We'll know once it gets closer to the after the maintenance and the update design, just in case. But with the critical rate, her artifact giving crit damage, so 100%. If you're getting blind, grab her artifact, because you know if you're going to be critting a lot, you're going to get that. You need extra crit damage. So I'm assuming her crit at level 40. So her attack numbers. Okay, that's level. That's the artifact. I went on the site specifically to see about her stats in terms of what her base stats are, but it doesn't tell me. But that's fine. Okay, but yeah, that's gonna do it for the video. It's honestly a lot longer than I intended. I thought it was gonna be a little bit short one, but you know, it is what it is. Go over all the notes, and as far as I'm concerned, Velanna, as far as going for the character is concerned, I'm probably gonna skip. I will test out the route and see if I enjoy her lifestyle. And I'll see where my undead is. I might pick her up. I might not. I'm not certain because I'm sitting pretty nice on currency right now. So I might try to go for one copy and dip out the banner, but we'll see. But yeah. If you guys enjoyed the video and you want to want me to make some more patch note coverage or depth notes as far as episodes concerned, let me know by hitting the like button and subscribing to the channel and ring the bell so you get notified of any future videos. And let me know, are you guys going to be summoning for Velanna and Eversoul coming on the 2nd of February? Or if you're just you're gonna kind of wait and see how she plays out and pick up later. Also, let me know if you have any speculation as far as who what Hung was gonna be, like if the kind of faction you think they'll be or anything like that. So with that, thank you all so much for watching. I gotta get this video edited and uploaded. It is almost 3 a.m. by the time I'm recording this, so I got my work cut out for me. So I'll see y'all in the next video. So peace for now.